Hi everyone, I'm Diana Palm, and today we're going to talk about grief during the holidays. And I've got some tips to help you get through the very difficult emotional process of going through the holidays at the same time as you're suffering with the pain of grief. Stay tuned. For many people right now going through the holidays, it's a really difficult time because they've recently lost somebody close to them. Or this may be the first anniversary of a holiday after the passing. If this is you and you're currently going through this loss and experiencing grief, you may already know that the immense amount of sorrow and loneliness that you're feeling, especially around the holidays when families and friends gather and your loved one is missing, this grief and sorrow can be felt more now than perhaps at different times of the year. First, remember that it's really necessary for you to feel your grief after the loss of a loved one, and you can't move through it too quickly or it will just elongate the process. If you try to move through your grief too quickly, you may actually create more emotional suffering for yourself. But it is really important for you to feel all the grief that you're feeling and to allow yourself some time outs, which around the holidays means that maybe opting out on some events would be in your best interest. Don't try to force yourself to go to every holiday party or every family gathering, because right now your emotions are really intense and raw, and trying to keep up and put on appearances that you're okay when you're absolutely not okay, that's not going to help you. How are you going to get through the holidays without your loved one? I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, but I do have some tips that can help you emotionally get through this time of year. Doing the same thing, being around the same people, and having that one person missing may actually really exasperate what you're feeling and the loneliness and the awareness that this person is literally missing in your life. So while you already know that, it's sometimes more helpful to shake things up and do something different that you normally would not do. You could look for things to do that are meaningful for you. You could bring some extra blankets and clothing to the people living on the streets that are homeless, that may need extra warmth at this time of year. You could volunteer at a soup kitchen or volunteer to visit people that are elderly in nursing homes. Looking for something that you can do that's meaningful for you, that could uplift another person, is a really, really good way to help alleviate some of the grief that you're feeling right now. Even if it's just offering help to one other person, this might be enough to lift you up for the day, and it could also really help somebody else who's in need. Performing any acts of kindness is always going to make you feel good, and especially now when you're feeling so sad about your loss. I also recommend spending some time in prayer, but also offering those prayers to the other people that you know that are suffering or may need some help. If you're choosing to say no to a family holiday, explain to your family and friends that it really is nothing personal, but that you need to find your own path this year. Some people actually feel a little bit guilty, like they're letting their family down if they don't show up. If you still want to do some gift giving this year, but you're not up for the large crowds and the holiday shopping, just order what you want online and have it delivered to the person that you want the gift to be given to. If you think you're up to attending a holiday gathering, make sure you give yourself a little escape clause, which means forewarn everybody that you might be coming for half an hour or an hour, or maybe just that you're not going to stay for the entire event, but that you will make an appearance. That way people won't be so alarmed when you get up to leave, and you won't feel overwhelmed emotionally and feel like you need to stay past the point when it feels comfortable. You could also create a new tradition to memorialize the person that just passed. A good way to do this is to make a special ornament for the person that passed that you'll be able to put on your tree year after year from this point forward. You could also spend the evening watching one of your favorite holiday movies, especially if there's one that you shared in common with your loved one that passed. Some people avoid cooking during this time, but I think it's a great way to honor them and also to engage in some activity yourself. So spend some time in the kitchen creating a gorgeous dinner with all the dishes that your loved one loved the most. and actually set a place for them at the table. And when you eat the food, think about them. Doing things that reminds you of your loved one will actually help their spirit draw close to you and will actually comfort you during the holidays. Remember, it's okay to talk to them. Just speak right out loud and be honest about everything that you're thinking and feeling. Get everything off your heart. This might be an excellent time to start some new traditions for yourself and your family. So stay open-minded, go with the flow, and allow there to be some breathing room as you're moving through the holiday season. If you found the information in this video helpful, go ahead and like it, leave a comment for me below. And if you'd like to share something that you do around the holidays that really helps you when you're grieving, I would love to hear it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in having more uplifting messages and information to help you with grief. As a medium and spiritual healer, I can definitely tell you that your loved ones are aware of everything that you do to honor them. Every time you speak their name, every time you do something special, and every time that you're remembering them, they're feeling you. And so they know the things that you do to honor them and memorialize them. And if they were there in person, I'm sure they'd wrap their arms around you and give you a big hug. And I wish I could do that right through this screen and give you guys some comfort right now. But do know that there is help available. And if you need someone to talk to, look for some grief counseling, some groups that you can belong to. Also, check out my 9-week grief healing program, where I actually work with your DNA to help move the energy of grief out of your body and download new feelings and beliefs to help you heal spiritually the unfinished business that you may have left, and to give you the emotional support to move forward. You can check out my 9-week grief healing program right on my website at dianapalm.com. Thanks so much. Happy holidays.